Hey everyone, and welcome back to Veda Day 18. So today is a little bit of a story time video, and it's based around my sexuality, coming out and stuff like that. I'm not really sure what I'm calling this yet, whether it's going to be mainly around coming out or mainly around how I discovered my sexuality and blah blah blah, but it's kind of all that in one. So we'll see how this goes. Honestly, haven't planned anything for this video, so I could ramble. I guarantee I'm going to forget a few points. But there have been occasional questions asking about when I came out, what made me realise my sexuality, how I came out, how people know my sexuality. People are genuinely confused on what my sexuality is. I thought I would just make this quick little story time video to clear up a few loose ends, I guess. Explain to you guys what I identify as, how I told people what I am, and then like how I discovered what I am, blah blah blah. So whatever, let's get into it. Could be a long one, could be a fairly quick one, because honestly it's not really that big of a deal. First I'm going to be talking about how I discovered my sexuality. Now the person I discovered my sexuality with has asked me not to mention their name, so we're gonna call her Mildred. Hi Mildred. How you doing? So when I was 13, Mildred approached me and told me that she was questioning her sexuality, wanted to experiment, and at this point I figured that I was 100% straight. Like, hey, this isn't going to affect me in the slightest. Being the great friend I am, I agreed to experiment with Mildred, and that's what we did, because I was 100% straight and that wouldn't affect me in the slightest. We all know how that ended. So when I was 13, I experimented with Mildred, and I say experimented, we didn't really do anything for an entire year. Like, we were dating, but no one knew but us, and we like went out together and we would go into the woods and we would hold hands and hug and stuff like that. And then like we were just like, yeah, but what's going on here? One day we forced ourselves to kiss. We literally did a countdown and everything, and in the end it was her who kissed me, because it was her that was really questioning it. At this point I still thought I was straight, and then after that we kind of broke up, but in the sense like we didn't break up, we just stopped experimenting together. Like we're still friends today, it's great, it's fine. But after our experimenting had ended, I started questioning my own sexuality, which is great, because my experimenting had finished and I was like, well, I don't know the answer yet. Even though before that I was like, yeah, I'm straight, I'm as straight as something that's straight. So I just kind of kept thinking about it for a while, and in the end I came to terms with the fact that I know that I'm not straight, not in the slightest. And yeah, that was that. That's how I discovered that I was in some part gay. For 2 years after my first experimenting, I stayed in the closet. People would often like tease me and say that I'm lesbian with my friend Tia. It wasn't the case, we weren't lesbian together. But even aside from that, they were calling me lesbian, calling me gay, and I don't know whether they genuinely thought I was, or whether they were just teasing or in a way hinting or asking. I have no idea in what form they meant it, but I always denied it. I was just like, no, I'm straight, even though I knew that I wasn't. In my last year of school, I came out to Tia and Shakira. I told them both that I was bisexual, completely okay, they were fine with it. And I thought it was going to be a huge deal, and I thought that they wouldn't want to get changed in front of me anymore, because I had PE with Tia and I thought she would get really awkward. But no, it was all fine. I just told them one day. I'm not really sure how I came out to them. I think I genuinely just told them one day through Facebook. It was good, and they were the only two I really cared about knowing my sexuality. By the end of that year I was pretty okay with my sexuality. I still denied it when people were like, you're lesbian. I'd be like, no I'm not, because technically I wasn't lesbian. That happened and all that jazz, and I identified as bisexual. And then I got in a long-term relationship with my ex-boyfriend Jason. You probably know about him, and one of the first things I said to him was completely by mistake. I said I would screw Jennifer Lawrence 1 billion times over and still not be done. That's fact, it still stands till this day. I was supposed to go to him, and then he found out I was bisexual. I had to explain to him, obviously. He was fine with it, but he kind of put me back in the closet a little bit by not allowing me to talk about it publicly, due to his mum and dad supposedly being very religious and not wanting gay people in their family. I kind of got pushed back in the closet a little bit with that. Recently we broke up, the beginning of this year we broke up, and I was still identifying as bisexual. And then a couple weeks later I got with my current girlfriend Imogen, my long-term current girlfriend Imogen. Met her in a couple of my vlogs. If you're a long-term watcher of this channel then you know her. Since then I have again been questioning my sexuality because it feels a lot more right, and I'm not sure if it feels right being with her or it feels right being with a girl, but it just feels better, it feels more me. I'm not sure whether it's specifically her or if it's women in general. I've been questioning whether I'm pansexual, whether I'm still bisexual, whether I'm polysexual, or if I'm a lesbian. But lately I've decided just not to put labels on it and let things work out the way they're supposed to do. People are still discovering their sexuality every single day, and it changes the more you figure out yourself, which is why I'm not bothering with labels anymore. So as for my current identity, it's still kind of bisexual, but I feel like I'm progressing more to the gay side of bisexual. Like, I feel like I'm more lesbian than I am straight, if that makes any sense. Currently I have no sexuality, so come at me folks. Well, don't, because I'm taken. I've got a girlfriend and I love her, she loves me, we're together, don't come at us. That was the wrong thing to say. Yeah, I hope that clears up any questions you guys had about my sexuality. Truth is, I didn't really come out at all, I just stopped hiding it. Never really told my mum I'm gay, never really told my family I'm gay, stopped denying it when people asked. Pretty sure my mum still really isn't confirmed my sexuality. Like, she's met my girlfriend, but I'm not sure she even knows she's my girlfriend. I don't know, it's kind of weird. Never really came out other than when I told Shakira and Tia that I'm bisexual, and they were fine with it. They're the only people I told directly. Other times I've just not hidden it. So yeah, that's my story. If you guys enjoyed and it answered some of your questions, if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. I love you all so much to infinity and beyond. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. My name's Waverly and now I'm off to read. Bye!